Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Cyberstolf, and happy 4th of July! The day of the year for where we celebrate not only with fireworks and barbecues and other fun, crazy activities, but we also celebrate it by remembering remembering our fellow soldiers who have fought for this country, So, salutes for them. But anywho, welcome back to LEGO Arts. So in the last episode, we did a showcase on the Spider-Man minifigures that I redid for detailing, which actually turned out to be a regular timed episode, that I was expecting. And for this episode, since it is 4th of July, I figured that I would finally do a showcase that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I've been kind of busy, and I'll explain as I go. So for this showcase, we're doing a showcase on Captain America, the first Avenger. So as you can see, of course, we got Cap himself in his World War II outfit, as well as Bucky before he became the White Wolf, before he became the Winter Soldier. So with these guys, I've been wanting to do for a while. That originally last year I was gonna do them for 4th of July, like a special event, but over time I got pretty busy with some other stuff, so I pretty much had these guys sitting on my shelf for about a year. And recently I went back to them and did some new detailing to them, to give a new, sort of a new freshness to them. And in the end, this came out as the final result. So, as you guys know, we're going to take these minifigures one at a time, to reveal them, explain my process, why we have this route, and then go from there. So, without further ado, let's get the pedestal out and get the showcase on the road. So, of course, to start the showcase off is, the man, the legend himself, America's ass, Captain America. Now this character, I think I was working on around the same time I did the first Avenger showcase, because a buddy of mine, one of my buddies and I, we were thinking about doing a Captain America and Bucky customs that he was gonna do the modern versions, so Bucky in the Winter Soldier outfits, as well as Cap in, I can't remember if he said Infinity War or Age of Ultron, and I agreed that I was gonna do the World War II outfits, because I really like this outfit. I thought this was a pretty cool Captain America outfit, but eventually we both got kind of busy with some other stuff, and I guess we forgot about it for a while, but I had the minifigure on the shelf, so I figured out, you know what, since I have it here, I might as well finish it up and do it for a special showcase. So, and since today is 4th of July, I figured that this would be a good opportunity. So, with this suit, as you can see, he's wearing the same helmet as the first Captain America. This is more of a temporary kind of thing, and I'll tell, and here's why. I was hoping to do sort of either a flash mask, but adding the clay like I did for the first Cap, or on adding in, the special Captain America helmet piece that's Lego finally developed after a few years of just using a minifigure head, but a painted detailing on. I thought about getting that head and that helmet, adding in the clay strap, and then calling it good, but I haven't gotten either that set or that minifigure yet. So, for now, this helmet works, and it's actually good. I did actually give it a brand new coat of paint, so that way it blends in well with the suit, as well as repainting the A. So I think this turns out a lot better than originally, and I'll go ahead and remove the helmet so we can hopefully get some more lighting. As you can see, he still has the headpiece. I will admit, I'm not entirely satisfied with this head. It works, it's a good Captain America head, but the kind of Captain America head I'm kind of looking for is either A, the one that's used in Endgame, or this, there was a limited Captain America minifigure head that I think it was for the Helicarrier sets. It was one of those special sets that was $200, but I can't find that minifigure anymore. I can't even find the head printing that it was used for. So, hopefully one of these days I can find it. So otherwise, another route I might try is using the Endgame Captain America head, but repainting it completely. But otherwise, this headpiece is pretty good for Cap, so I'm not complaining too much. Let's see if we can move the light a little bit so you can get it. Sorry if his head is now super bright. As you can see, there's kind of, I don't know how you guys can see it because this is dark blue and it blended into the black, but there's some small detailing on the torso, And as you can see, like, also detailing on the arms, these were actually an added bonus that originally I just painted on the gloves, the white, and then the shoulder straps. I then went back and then did the rest of the detailing with the tiny stars, as you can see on the sides. Some detailing on the back. Again, I don't know how well you guys can see it. Oh, we could kind of... Oh, wait. Move back. Okay, I think that's closest as we can get. And as you can see, like, a bunch of this black is just, like, blurred on there. And that was because, since this was Sharpie before, I accidentally put in a little bit too much clear spray paint. And it's sort of, like, blurred it all together. Making a big mess. Of it. So, that was an unfortunate side effect. There's detailing on the sides of the legs. The legs I kept blank for a while. Like, I just painted on the boots. And the boots didn't really do much detail work, because at the time I didn't pay attention to it. But when going back to it, I then applied on the detail work. Hang on, let's go ahead and move the shield. We'll talk about the shield in a little bit. Okay, let's see if we can bend the legs. There's too much... whoopsies. Well, maybe this could work. I don't think I can remove this part, but you could kind of see that there's some small detailing on the legs. Unfortunately, since again I put in too much clear spray paint, I can't completely move the legs. I can kind of move them, but in general they're kind of stuck. This whole minifigure in general was pretty much stuck in the same position, because since I hadn't touched it in a year, it kind of all stuck in one place. So I had to put in a little force to move it. He's got like his little pistol that he rarely uses in the film, but I figured that since he is World War II Captain America, he might as well have like a trusty sidearm. Where did I put the shield? Ah, there it is. So the shield was like one of the spare shields that I had from like one of the spare Captain America minifigures that I got. I don't remember which one. I have about 3 of these. One I'm not using for anything else. This I held on for storage, and then another one is the primary shield that I use for the Cap figures. But for this one, I almost had the idea on like either giving this a repaint or leaving it blank. But then I figured that like in the first Avenger movie, it does have a few like scrapes and cuts on it, especially like the bullet marks. So I figured that like I could contribute to that and give it sort of a battle damage kind of look. I first went with like black watercolor and just like covered on the shield, smudging it up a little bit, and that worked. But since it was watercolor, it easily faded off. So I went ahead with acrylic and just painted on like all the bullet marks on the shields to give it that sort of like additional battle damage detailing work. It doesn't work. So I'd say this worked out pretty well. And I actually made 2 shields. So that was the iconic shield, and this is the like first shield, I guess we would call it, or maybe prototype shield. That Cap used when he was being pretty much a circus monkey for performers. And I don't fully remember because my comic book knowledge is kind of limited, but I think he used this shield also in like the comics. Like it was his first shield. And I thought it was kind of cool. Like I figured that I could add this in as sort of like a reference back to like his original shields to sort of like show that connection he has there. And I even give him like one of these little helmets, like the little soldier helmet. It looked kind of weird, but I don't really use this. Okay, hang on, get on there. I had one of these shields that I had in storage, and I don't really use it that much because 1, it doesn't fully look well on Cap, and 2, because of the double-faced, it was the same problem I went with the 11th Doctor for the Doctor Who showcase. When having a piece like this, and since it's a double head, it looks super weird, because he literally would have 2 eyes, he would literally have eyes on the back of his head, and a nose, and a mouth, and eyebrows. So, in general, that'd be pretty weird. Man, that'd be pretty weird. And all in all, I'd say that this minifigure turned out pretty cool. Again, I've had this for a while. I've been waiting for the right moment to use it. And since today is 4th of July, I figured that we could finally show off this minifigure. And for not having touching it in a while and going back and redoing and like adding a few details and everything, I'd say this minifigure turned out pretty cool. So, let's go on ahead to our next and last minifigure. And last but not least is, of course, Bucky Barnes in his World War II outfit. This minifigure was actually based off of some photos that I saw from Lego Avengers, and from the Lego Avengers game, where I don't know if it was in a pack or maybe it was a level, but I saw some photos of Bucky and like the outfit he wore in like his final battle in World War II, and I figured that like I could work on this as well, because I needed some inspiration on like, well, not really inspiration, more of like a recap on what did Bucky look like back in World War II. So when finding those ideas, it gave me an idea of what exactly I needed to do to make this figure. And in general, this one was pretty simple. All I really had to do was just like paint the torso in a navy blue, and then added in the brown strap, and then first this was just Sharpie, and this was just like a Sharpie detailing on like the buttons, and of course just like the loose lapels on the front of like his jacket. And then also, but then I went back with the gel pen to make the detailing a little bit nicer, and then painted this whole thing in clear. There's a little detailing on the back, but I didn't add in too much because the photos I was looking at didn't really provide a good explanation as to what the back of his jacket looked like. So this was entirely on my brain, just guessing of what he looked like. His pants were pretty simple as well. They just applied it on like a simple gray, and then I added in like his boots. The hands are normal as well. Not a lot of detailing on the arms. Of course, he's wearing like the hairpiece that's I guess we would call this thing the Superman kind of hairpiece. I'm pretty much just gonna call this the hairpiece that I constantly keep using, because this honestly feels like a hairpiece that I've used in a lot of showcases, and I'm kind of getting sick and tired of it. So I might take a step back with hairpieces like these and use some other stuff. It's a good representation of Bucky, but when you use it so many times, you get sick and tired of it very, very quickly. The headpiece is the same for the Winter Soldier minifigure. I decided to keep it on to keep it up on being the same character, just with a different outfits. And of course, like, he's got his rifle. This rifle was actually a piece that was from like the old Toy Story minifigures, like a couple of the Army Soldiers figures. I had a couple of extras that I was just using for parts. And when I saw like the design of the rifle, I figured out like perfect for World War II, because it really matches up with Bucky's weapon. The small green part on the end, I don't know if that's paint coming off of it, or maybe if that was paint, and like actually got stuck onto it. I never fully figured that out, but it's not too big of a deal. It's a simple fix. I'll fix that I can go with. And all in all, this minifigure came out pretty good. Again, there's not a whole lot of like explanation with this, because this was a pretty simple build. I think my only regrets I would have would be like a better job at detailing the torso of it, because it kind of looks messy. I admit it. The Sharpie again, it's blurred out when coming into contact with too much spray paint. And you kind of can't tell. And I can't tell on where's the strap, as well as where the lines for the jacket line up. But that's kind of a simple fix. So all in all, this isn't a horrible job. I have done worse things in the past. And since then, I improve upon it. So all in all, I'd say this came out pretty good. And that is it for this episode of LEGO Arts. I hope you guys enjoyed this showcase, and I hope you guys are having a good 4th of July today. Again, I was really glad to go back to the showcase, having not touched it in a really, really long time. And I'm pleased with the final result. I'd say this came out pretty good, aside from like the couple of things that I mentioned from the I've mentioned before. Otherwise, Whereas I'd say this turned out as a pretty cool showcase. Okay, and if you guys want to check out some of my other showcases, you can check them all out in my LEGO Arts playlist. Let's playlist, which will be in a link description below, or you can check it out directly through my channel, my icon. So anyways, if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications. It really helps us work on Let's Plays, LEGO projects, and there and have some fun. So anywho, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button, comment below what you think, share it with your friends, subscribe to your YouTube, follow me on Twitch, and here's Al for the road. Ow! Woo! Thank you guys, we'll see you next time. What do you guys, Moon Rises?